What's going on, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome back to a brand new deck profile. Today we've got extra deck Monarchs. I've definitely updated this build a whole lot. I've changed the entire main deck like completely. I used to not play Brilliant Fusion because I thought it was just inconsistent and it just didn't really play that well. But after seeing a friend of mine build the deck that way for himself and seeing how well it ran, and I just kind of wanted to try the build out for myself because the build was kind of getting stagnant for me. I just wanted to try something different, and it just seems like another way, a more fun way to play the deck, and just trying out Brilliant Fusion, since Brilliant Fusion, as we know, is such a great card and it can be applied into a lot of different decks, and with the additional normal summon, summoning out a level 5 from the extra deck to either make rank 5 plays with after use its extra normal summon effect. It has a whole bunch of utilities. Of course, there's the issue if you draw that one target, that happens with anything. It's that engine requirement card that you got to play. If you draw, you're basically losing in that game. But I guess it really depends. But I kind of made some changes, and I will be doing a test hand video for this as well, probably after the deck profile goes up. I ended up cutting, before we go into the deck profile, I ended up cutting these guys, the Super Quantums and the E-Telly engine, because I felt like, one, I didn't have enough room to adequately have these in the deck with the Brilliant Fusion engine. Obviously 3 Brilliant Fusion and then the 1 Garnet, and then I choose Garnet over Lazuli just because it's, in a simplified game state, it's a much better card. But I just needed to cut those out of the deck because I want to play Mithra as well now, and you can't really use this card to your full benefit unless it's the only thing you're summoning. With Mithra, you can at least put that out in your field, and then when you tribute it, it gives an extra normal summon, so it gives you a little more than this does. I mean, the blue layer, red layer combo is nice, but now that I'm playing the Brilliant Fusion engine, I felt it was appropriate to move those out of the deck. But without further ado, we'll get into the deck profile. And as you may notice, we got a little different setup here, using my actual desk to do the videos on, so we have a lot more space and a little bit more stable recording spot. So hope you guys enjoy that as well. So we'll start off with, put these guys up here because I'm going to kind of spread everything out so you can kind of see everything at once. Triple Aether, Heavenly Monarch. Of course, you need to play this card at 3. It's the best Monarch in the deck. I'm pretty sure most everybody knows that by now. Doesn't really need too much of an explanation. And then we have double Erebus. Erebus, you could play this at 3 as well if you wanted to, but I think 2 is a solid number, and the passive builds that I've been playing this, and how well it's done, 2 Erebus has always been fine. You can search it off this, you can summon this basically, and whenever you summon off this, you're inherently searching as well. So if you want to grab another Aether during the end phase, you can summon an Aether. If you want another Erebus, you can get another Erebus. You can also search it off of the Return of the Monarchs as well. So, and you definitely, in my opinion, I like seeing this card better than I like seeing this card. I mean, obviously, if you're going first and you have the option to go with this or this, you're probably going to go with this because letting them start with one less card is always nice. So yeah, double Erebus. That's it for the big Monarchs, the level 8 guys. And then for the next few Monarchs we're playing here are triple Karaz, Light Monarch. I was originally going to cut this down to 2, but I felt like I was not running enough Monarchs at that point, especially since I cut the red layers, which sometimes act as a tribute summon if you need the tribute summon if you're going to trigger a Return of the Monarchs. But so I put the 3rd one back in, and I really just want to keep the 3rd one, and then getting the draw power from it is always nice as well. Double Mithra, the Thunder Vassal. Nice addition to the deck to get you an extra normal summon. Kind of gives you a token, and that can clog up their field as well. Obviously, it's not very good in the mirror match because they can use that for tribute fodder as well, but it's one of those things you kind of just got to deal with. Light target for Brilliant Fusion as well. If it's tributed, you get an additional tribute summon. It's just an overall great card, but it does give you the extra deck restriction, which isn't too big of a deal, just because it depends on how you play around it during your turn. You don't really have to worry about not being able to go into the extra deck. And then I'm playing a Squire engine of 2 Idea and then 1 Eidos. I've been playing this engine like this for a while, and a lot of people ask me why don't you play a second Eidos, or to make the second Idea not dead. It's because you have Foolish and you have Brilliant Fusion to send this card to the graveyard, and then you can use this effect to add back banished Tenacity, Prime, banished Pantheism or Stormforth or whatever, and get you that extra effect that it has. Next, I'm playing 2 copies of Quick Draw Synchron. I found actually another copy of this, and I really wanted to play another one, just because I'm playing tuning as well, and I had the problem where if I open up Quick Draw and I don't open Tuning, Tuning's just a deck card, so I want to add a second copy. And I feel like I just don't see this card enough either, and I like opening this card because, you know, going into Zolkin is always good. And then you can use, if you open Brilliant Fusion in this, you can have a really solid turn because you can use this and Seraphonite's Synchro into, you know, Zolkin, or you can use this in Prime to make it as well. So nice card to have there. And then of course the one Garnet for the Brilliant Fusion requirement. And one issue I was thinking about was, like, you know, making rank 5s is going to be a little bit more difficult, but again, we have Prime. That's basically a free card to summon out. This card can also be used to make rank 5s. You don't always need this to make Zolkin. It is the only way you can really make Zolkin because it's a level 5 tuner. But like I said, you have Prime and this card as well, and you also have Panzer Dragon in the extra deck that you can summon out off Instant Fusion, which is nice too. So yeah, that's it for the monsters. We'll jump into the spells. Alright guys, so next to the spells, we're starting off with some standard cards here. 3 Pantheism of the Monarchs, the Euro Prince. I heard some Euro structure decks, I didn't even know they Euro, so I got the nicer, darker Prince. So that's pretty cool, but 3 Pantheism as pretty much a standard best card, best spell trap in the deck. Also, I think I agree with some people say this is a very skillful card. I just watched one of the card guys video with their one of their player interviews talking about how this is a very skillful card when it comes to, like, its reveal effect, not just a draw obviously, but the reveal effect is coming in clutch, so you need to play this card carefully. But I'm sure most of you already know that. But I just want to get that out there. But 3 Stormforth, and then we have 3 Tenacity as well. Your power cards, the power 3 ofs right here. So we play those 3 ofs, obviously very standard. Then next I played 2 Return of the Monarchs. I cut this down to 2 because I obviously need room for the Brilliant Engine. And I didn't know what else to cut. Obviously I didn't want to get rid of this thing because I like this card too much to get rid of at a 1 of, and I think it's, like, important to play in the deck at least at 1. So I needed to compromise and cut down Return, and also kind of not have to worry about the extra deck restriction as much, because the only way you can really get rid of this is with Karaz. So yeah, and Karaz can be used for some better things other than just focusing on just getting rid of this card, which can be annoying sometimes and hinder your plays. And then next we have Domain, and then we have 3 copies of Brilliant Fusion. I wanted to max out on Brilliant just because I want to see the card. I want to be able to use it whenever I can. I've seen some builds that play, like, double Seraphonite. For me, I don't even own a second Seraphonite, so right now I'm just testing with just 3 and just kind of opening it to open it. And then if that happens, it happens. Like, want to see it as soon as possible, so we're going to play 3. 1-up starts, obviously for consistency. Tuning, like I said earlier, for the quick draws. Twin Twister, I want to play this card because losing to back row can suck sometimes, and it also gives a discard outlet for extra brilliance. Instant Fusion, Foolish Burial, just obvious reasons, because Brilliant Fusion, or no, Foolish Burial, nice for if you don't, like, see this card, you can send your Adia to get its effect, or this is also really good to send Erebus. If you don't open up a Monarch and you have no way to get to it, Foolish is a really good way to get to it. So yeah. And then for traps, I won't do a transition for this because they're just obvious traps. It's just 3 copies of Prime and the 1 copy of Escalation. That'll wrap up the spell and traps for the deck. We'll move into the extra deck now. Alright guys, so for the extra deck, some things have changed a little bit. Obviously I added the addition of Seraphonite, but other than that, it's kind of the same as the other profiles. 138, this is the only rank 8 that I'm deciding to play because it's, like, the best rank 8 out right now available. As far as, like, against all certain decks, just being able to negate a spell is cool. I rarely ever go into this. I don't think I've ever gone into this card, just because it's not necessary, and, like, you only want to do it in a top decking position. Like, if you can go Aether into Erebus or Aether into Aether, and you don't want to add that card back to your hand, that Aether at the end of the turn, like, especially going first, this would be the only reason if they are in, like, a top decking position and you want to go into this. So this doesn't come up that often. Arguably not needed, but I still want to have the option there because there's always going to be that one time like, wow, I really wish I had this card, so that's why I'm playing it. Gaia Charger for all the rank 5s and 6s that we play, and then I play 1 M7. I don't see a lot of people playing this card, but I really like its graveyard utility to kind of bounce stuff back to your hand that you need. I've had this thing win me games by, you know, bouncing back cards that I need in my graveyard, like Erebus, to help make a really clutch play. So that's a good card. Double Volcasaurus, you usually go into rank 5s a lot, so might as well have 2 like the best. Zenmoyo, hit back row, it's a nice card. Haven't really gone into it that much. Pleiades, one of the best cards in the extra deck. Durandal, and then Shark Fortress. This card's won a couple games for me as well. Just being able to get damage on board, because this deck does have sometimes a hard time putting on lots of damage, especially with just the regular Monarchs. So having this card and then like Erebus or an Aether after you've cleared something help to attack directly is nice. So that's it for the Xyz, Synchros, 1 Ultimate Zulkin, 1 Crystal Wing. Sorry about the proxy, my brother has one, but I don't feel like going in his room to just borrow, but you know, I'm sure all you know what Crystal Wing looks like. 1 Crystal Wing, Start a Spark, that's sort of my own choice, because you can just lock out your Zulkin with it, and if they like can't get over this card, like if you just like Stormforth, whatever they're trying to go over, like you Escalation during their turn, with this you can just use it to lock down your Zulkin or itself so it doesn't die, and then you can basically guarantee yourself another Zulkin effect, which is cool. And then this can help make rank 8 plays as well. And then next, Michael the Arc Lightsworn, just good card, just helps remove stuff that other cards can't get rid of. And then for fusions, of course, we have 1 Seraphonite and 1 Panzer Dragon. I was originally playing Norden on top of these 2 as well, but I just figured no need to play Norden anymore. Since I cut down an Instant Fusion to 1, I didn't want to have 2 Instant Fusion targets and then 1 Instant Fusion in main deck. Obviously for Brilliant, and then for Instant Fusion being like the best card you can bring off Instant Fusion. This card is so good in here. But yeah, that's it for the whole deck profile. We'll go ahead and wrap things up now. Alright guys, so that's been it for my updated Extra Deck Monarch deck profile featuring the Brilliant Fusion engine. Should be 40 cards, main deck hopefully. If I screw anything up, let me know. 39 if you want to just say upstarts in there as well, like a last minute addition. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. If you did, please leave a like. I do like this version's playstyle a little bit better, and I will be doing a test hand video pretty much like right after I record this. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, hit that thumbs up button. I can't really appreciate that enough. It really does help me out a lot. And leave a comment down in the comment section below on your thoughts, any suggestions. And yeah, you guys so much for watching. Winterkill signing out. We'll see you in the next one.